Yeah, that's right. You read the title correctly. And I'm not afraid. I'm out here on an EDP mission, and I'm ready to eat that pussy. Grab a tissue box and have it on standby because you're gonna need it later. When I was in preschool, I used to like this one girl. And back in preschool, you don't really like people just because of their personalities. You only like them because of their looks. So back then, when I was like, what, 4 years old, I knew that I had to make a plan for the rest of my life. I had to plan everything out. And I wanted to do it exactly the way that I wanted. I saw this girl that I found somewhat attractive back then in preschool. And so my plan was to marry her. The way that I did it was pretty unorthodox. There was no super romantic place. It wasn't, super planned out or anything like that. But back then, they used to call me the 4-year old fiend. So I knew what had to be done. And I accomplished it. One day I saw her sitting by herself and I just walked up to her like a true Chad. No fear in my eyes, no doubt in my heart. I knew exactly what I had to do. So I walked up there and I asked her, when we grow up, will you marry me? And to my surprise, she said yes. At that time, I already knew exactly what had to be done. I felt like Light Yagami or whatever his name is from Death Note. When he got his memories back, that's exactly how I felt in that moment. Everything that I had planned was being executed. And after she said that, I was very surprised, to be honest. I was like, yo, did I just pre-order my wife? You know? And at the time I didn't know that, like, oh, you had to like get to know your wife, but it doesn't matter, in preschool it really does not matter. A wife is a wife, a husband is a husband. So, after my proposal, we were now engaged. And at the playground, I remember running around the playground, and she would just start chasing after me like an absolute lunatic. Maybe this was probably her first time being proposed to, so she didn't really know how to take it. So during recess, she would constantly chase after me like an absolute lunatic, like an absolute fiend. It was really scary for a second, like the way that she would just smile and run at me. It was very creepy at that moment. It felt like, here's Johnny from The Shining, just chasing after me all over the playground. And that's a flex to some 4-year olds, but back then, that was not a flex. That was my wife, and she was creepy. So what did I do? I filed a divorce. As a 4-year old, I had to file a divorce, and I told her, you know what? This relationship is over. I can't do this anymore. This is making me very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable, in fact. So I had to end it right there. I filed a divorce at 4 years old. And you know what? I did more as a milk drinking 4-year old than the majority of middle aged people have done in their entire life. I proposed, got married, and divorced all on the same day. So yeah, that's it.